All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump, as of 5:30-ish this afternoon in the state of New York City, has been indicted by a grand jury on, I think, election, taxes and, election, campaign finance violations. So this is not the case in Georgia, where he is being investigated for election interference. That is different. But for now, we have him. It seems to be indicted on those campaign finance charges. So let's just jump into it, shall we? I think we should just jump right into it. Let's frickin' go. Even more music. This is from AP. All right, let's get it.
I'm Mike Balsamo. I'm the U.S. law enforcement editor for the Associated Press, and we have breaking news. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in New York City in a hush money scheme in which it's alleged he paid money to women who claim they had extramarital sexual encounters with him. This is an unprecedented moment in history. It is the first time a criminal charge has been brought against a former U.S. president. This case goes back to the 2016 presidential election, when it's alleged that Donald Trump and his allies paid hush money to porn actress Stormy Daniels in connection with her allegations that she had an extramarital affair with
did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Cohen made a $130,000 payment.
God damn.
Quiet about the alleged encounter. This is significant because it's the first time Donald Trump faces criminal charges in connection with investigations into his conduct. Those investigations shadowed his presidency through 2016 and beyond, and he faces increasing legal scrutiny in several other investigations, including one being conducted by the district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, and a separate Justice Department investigation being led by a special counsel looking at his retention of classified records at his home in Mar-a-Lago in Florida and his efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. This situation is still developing, and we'll continue to learn more in the coming days, weeks, and months.
Man, what a fucking murderer's row. Anyway, all right, we'll deal with that next. But yeah, so Trump's been indicted. Okay, so let's, celebration aside, we're not gonna play the Bin Laden sound clip. We're not gonna play that, not yet. But let's talk about this really quickly, and then we're just gonna have a little fun for a few minutes, and then we'll get into the normal topics for the day. But let's talk about this. So this is pretty historic, not in the sense that a president has never broken the law, but we are seeing for the first time a former president of the United States being indicted on crimes. This is pretty unprecedented. As far as I'm personally concerned, equal justice under the law. I don't give a fuck if you were or want to be president in the future. Sorry, tough shit. Rip Bozo. I don't know what to tell you, man. You break the, you don't want to do the time, then maybe don't do the crime. That all being said, though, let's take a deep breath here. Yeah, fun and all. The name of the stream is the name of the stream. I like antagonizing people. But, so here's the question. What does this actually mean? Well, this means kind of a few things. For one, I just realized my window isn't open, which means it's going to get really freaking hot back here. Okay, we're going to do this first. A good look at my armpit. That's okay. That'll be better in like 20 minutes when it's super warm in here. What was I saying? Okay, so to start off, let's go with how far do I think this is going to go? Well, I don't know. I don't really have an idea. Again, this is pretty unprecedented. Not really sure how far this is going to go. This might make it. This made it past the grand jury. This might make it to a judge. They might throw it out for all we know. This might make it to actual court, in which case we'll kind of see what happens. So, it's kind of unclear where this goes, but what exactly does it mean, right? And pretty much, this is going to have, at least in my opinion, large implications on the 2024 presidential race. I believe I said it before that being arrested, getting a mugshot, getting his what's the word I'm looking for? Getting his sorry, I'm just checking something. Uh Getting his, I'm sorry, I'm just like I'm reading, trying to see everything that's going on. Getting his you know, getting his fingerprints taken, getting his mugshot taken, all of this. Hey, all of this is going to, at least in my opinion, bolster his support within the Republican Party for their upcoming presidential primary. I think this is, in terms of politics, good for Trump, bad for DeSantis, not great for the country. That being said, I also, I say bad for the country in the sense that this will drive certain voters to, martyrize Donald Trump, to turn him into a martyr, a symbol for the treatment that they think that they've gotten from, mainstream media or, liberals in general, right? Like that's going to be their big thing going forward, right? Is speaking to that kind of I do think the kind of class the class war that we all kind of know goes on here on the left. We have an understanding that there is a class war going on. There are deep class divisions and contradictions to the way that this country is run. It's not run for everybody, it's run for business owners, specifically large business owners and wealthy individuals. That's who this country is run by and for. While the rest of us just kind of live in it and react to all of the rules being changed against us and for them, right? And Trump supporters all recognize this. But what they've done, unfortunately, is graft that anxiety onto an avatar, one that is utterly unsophisticated and not very self-aware, because Trump is not, and let's be clear, Trump is not the average man. Trump is not your conservative neighbor who is a plumber. He's not a railway worker. He's not a food service worker. He's not a cook on the line. He's not any of these things. He, like a lot of the people who who run this country, is an elite. He's at the top of our society, a self-proclaimed billionaire, which is, I believe, actually been disproved, but regardless, he's in those circles. He's a millionaire, at the very least, very popular on TV. He's a one percenter, let's be honest here. And this is unfortunately the person who Republican voters have tied their identity to, have tied their faith to, is a guy who doesn't share their class struggles, doesn't share their class interests. No, this is a guy who has consistently taken money from these people, from average workers, from average people, from, quite frankly, also very, very poor Americans, and done fuck all with it. Just simply gone out and golfed, lined his pockets, and clearly paid off some porn star that he slept with, allegedly, to keep his extramarital affairs under wraps. Now, again, like, what does this mean? We'll kind of see going forward. But I do think, in terms of politics, this is wonderful for Trump. Does he like it? Probably not. I get the sense that he's not a big fan of this. But he's not, he's certainly not, he's not appreciative of the possibility of walking anywhere with cuffs on, which probably won't happen anyway. The thing that they tell, like at the end of all YouTube videos where they tell you to, like, click on one of these, like, things to watch more videos. Yeah, I've been meaning to film one of those. So that's what I was doing. I was just setting it up to film one.